Hey, welcome everybody to Disrupt the Disruptors, new home buyers meetup. We got a little behind, we had some technical difficulties, but we're here. So I need you guys to tune in and if you don't have already, get you a piece of paper, get your phone out, take some notes, because we're gonna have some great information for you. We're gonna teach you, give you the nuggets and what you need to become a first-time home buyer. I got a lot of messages, a lot of emails, and we did a couple conferences earlier this year. And you guys said that you wanted to get your first home and be a first-time home buyer this year. So we're halfway through the year, and I just wanted to come in and touch base with you guys and connect with you and give you what you need to do what you said you want to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I got Ricardo and Loan Depot. They'll be here shortly. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started so we can be conscious and respectful of your time today. I know it's a holiday, so let's go ahead and get started. So. Disrupt the Disruptors. Disrupt the Disruptors is a program I created last year, and it's just to teach, and it's twofold: to encourage you guys, encourage us of all ages, that we have to disrupt whatever it is that's disrupting our progress. Whatever it is we said we wanted to do, wherever we said we wanted to go, we got some disruptors. We all got them. We got some disruptors that we got to disrupt in order for us to get there. So. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself before we get going. I got my mouse here. All right, you don't want to work. Let's do this. I got some disruptors. So again, my name is Kelvin Dunnigan. I'm a father, husband, real estate investor, real estate broker, general contractor, and I own my own trucking company. Yeah, got a lot of different hats in the industry. Been doing it for a few years now. So I got a wealth of knowledge on both sides, from real estate, as an investor, as a broker, and also as operating a trucking company. So I started off as an investor. Buying my first multi-unit building, and then I went on to get my license and help other people to become investors and first-time home buyers. So disrupt the disruptors. Real estate and trucking. Yes, the basis of it is to teach you how to get into real estate and get started and get your first property for generational wealth or for whatever your purpose is. And then I include trucking in there as a vehicle to get the real estate. So there are multiple different vehicles you can use. Your job, whatever your 9 to 5 is, your business, you're self-employed, whatever the case, whatever it is that you got going on, those are your vehicles that you should be using to get into real estate and buy your very first property. So I created this course particularly for the young people, because we don't have enough young people that are owning or even know that they can own. So if they're not teaching in the schools, they're not teaching at other home buying events or whatever the case, then I guess I'm gonna take the responsibility to share that and let the young people know that when you finish school, you do not have to go home. You can buy your very first property, 19, 20, 21 years old. I'm gonna get into that later. I'm gonna start here. What is disrupting your progress? I said we all got different disruptors. So one there we go. One there, procrastination. I think we all deal with this at different points, different seasons in our lives. Procrastination. We say we're gonna do something. We made promises. We do all this. We do vision boards. And say we're gonna do, and then we procrastinate or we overthink. We start second and third guessing ourselves of what we said we weren't going to do and who we said we were going to do it for. These are disruptors. Doubt. It's self-doubt. You start doubting yourself. Things start going wrong and not going the way it's planned. I had some technical difficulties, so even this event didn't go as planned, but it was self-doubt, and that's a disruptor that I'm sure Lord wanted me to experience and go through to share this with y'all. Disruptor that we have to disrupt. Now, I can't teach it and I don't live it, right? Guilt. Guilt is another disruptor. How many of us feeling guilty or we don't go to the next level, don't do what we're supposed to do, don't do what we know God called us to do, because we are feeling guilty from a decision or something that we said and done in the past. Everybody got a past. preachers say everybody X something, right? So sometimes that guilt of a mistake or something that we've done in the past causes us, it disrupts our progress. Toxic relationships, that's self-explanatory. Environments, a lot of us are in the wrong environments. Like I said, this is for the young people, but it's universal information. Toxic relationships, environments, unproductive social media. Now, some of us, professionals, we use social media for business, for promoting, for marketing. But if you're using it as an unproductive social media, then that's a disruptor. It's taking your time. That's part of the last one, bad time management. For my young people, the game. Some of us, some of the young people, some of y'all out there, y'all playing a video game. It's bad time management. We got the Sony, PlayStation. We don't even own no shares in Sony, and we giving them 8 hours, 9 hours out of the day like we on payroll. That's bad time management, that you're giving your game all your spare time or your weekend, or you outside just to be outside. We outside, we ain't making no money, we ain't doing no networking, no progress, no productivity whatsoever. We just outside to be outside. Bad time management. Purpose. So here's a little bit about me. So I share this with you. There's a big difference when people are giving information, sharing information, whether it's business or various life-changing information. And I think it's important that when you share the information, that I share some level of transparency to let you know that I'm just not talking because something I read or something that I saw on TV show and a movie. This is real life for me. So this is a picture of something I experienced, a situation, altercation, some years ago. I was out, outside, in my younger years, outside doing what we do, and ran into altercation. And when, just went over in the neighborhood just with the purpose of hanging out and doing what we do. And at that point, it was on, right? So I'm on the south side of Chicago, so everybody that's tuning in and watching from Chicago, you know what it means when it's on. So it was on at that point. And my car got shot up. They riddled my car with bullets, 5, 6, 7 bullets in the car. And this one particular one went through the back window and went through the headrest. And I didn't have a scar nowhere, missed my head. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I don't know no headrest that stopped bullets. But it was clear to me, maybe not then, but later, that God let that happen, and I had experienced that because there was a purpose that He had for me. And like I say, even though I may not have known then clearly it was purpose for me to be here years later to share this experience and share my story to help and bless other young people that may be going through the same thing. Because Southside Chicago, this is what we experience. So if I want to encourage y'all, I need to know exactly what I'm talking about. I know some of you guys are going through the same thing right now. But since then, I had to disrupt those disruptors. Those were disruptors that I was experiencing at that time, and I had to move on from that. So here's a picture. So one of them, I took my family to a cruise, a Christmas cruise in the Bahamas. So exposure, experiences. I wanted my family to experience Christmas on an island. It doesn't have to always be snow and cold because we're here. No, disrupt the disruptors. Get yourself in position situations to give it different experiences and exposures for your family and loved ones. So that's that picture. This is a picture I took my family to Punta Cana for a real estate seminar. And I took the whole family and I bought them first class tickets so they was able to sit in here. You see they sitting in the Admiral Club room because I wanted them to get that exposure and experience. Everything don't have to be, what they say, Southwest, want to get away. No, exposure, experience. This is what's more important. We got to disrupt the disruptors so we can have and give exposure and experiences to our loved ones and who we care about or who care about us. Now that's a big difference from the first picture. When I was outside running around, doing what I was doing, to now. I'm ordained deacon. and I'm baptizing other people, children, other young people. So you got young people it's life, and y'all say life be life, but these young people made a conscious decision to give their life to the Lord, and I was blessed and honored to be able to participate in that. That's a journey. I had to disrupt disruptors to get to that point. If y'all could chat or do something, put some fires and some hearts or something in there if I'm talking right. If this is helping you. Benefits of real estate. Establishing your own business. When you buy a first property, whether it's a building or a house, you essentially are establishing your own business. Because you have to, if you're buying a building, you have to manage your tenants, you have to manage your responsibilities, whether it's the water bill, the taxes, or whatever the case. You got to keep up with your profit and loss. It's a business just by purchasing a property. You're establishing your own business. You're providing, it gives you opportunity to provide a roof over someone's head. That's a blessing right there, that you can be able to provide a roof over someone's head and take that responsibility to not be a slumlord, but give them somewhere comfortable that they don't mind raising a family. And you're giving a family somewhere to roof over their head. Young people, showing your peers a better way and inspiring an entire generation. Everybody ain't outside banging, slanging, and drinking, and doing whatever the case. Everybody's not doing the same thing contrary to what society wants you to believe. So if you, what they say, each one reach one, each one teach one, if you at 20, 21 years old make the decision to own property, become a homeowner, become a landlord, you're by default inspiring your peers. You're showing them a better way, and you're inspiring your entire generation. Okay, well, you're 21, 22, 25, 26, 30, whatever the case. I have an opportunity to set the tone for your peers, your generation. And you get to establish a legacy. You're establishing a legacy. Put a pin there. Establishing a legacy. So, like I said in the previous slide, I'm a real estate investor. I started off as an investor before I became a licensed broker. Now, at this point, I believe I'm up to 10 units. I own 10 units, mixture between single-family houses and multi-unit buildings. Now, I made a decision, and that's not include my the house I live in, my primary residence, but I made a decision to purchase properties to leave a legacy. I got 3 boys, to leave a legacy to my children. So now, at this point, my youngest, my baby is 13, he'll be 14 this year, but he's 13. So I have purchased property. So now check this out. When I'm dead and gone, they would inherit, they have at least, I told you I got at least 10 doors round about. So they would have at least 1 property to inherit when I'm gone. At least 1. And we're not including, we're not even mentioning life insurance policies, savings account, whatever else I put up. But if nothing else, and you guys know, well, you should know, if not, you're going to learn today, that property value increases over time. I don't care where it is, what it is. Over time, value increases. So if I got a building that's 100, 200,000 now, and I die, how old am I? I die 50, 60 years from now, you can just imagine how much that property is worth. So they have at least 1 property to inherit on top of the other stuff. So now that I'm teaching them and other young people to purchase their own property, essentially what you're doing at 20, 21, 22 years old, you're buying property for your unborn, if you have children, but if you don't, your unborn children. So with my children, when they buy property, that's not even necessarily for them, because I already did that. So now I'm showing us adults how when you buy property, you doing something for your children, so then when they get started, that's for their children. They already covered. I hope y'all getting this. If y'all getting this is good for you, put comment, say something, because I ain't never learned this in school. I'm sorry, I didn't go to college, but I ain't never learned this. They don't teach us this. That you make the decision to take care of your children now, so when they get started, they taking care of theirs before they even have them. Establishing a legacy just by purchasing property, purchasing real estate. All right, Mouse, work with me. Work with me. High school. Young people that's watching, you're about to graduate high school, you're junior, senior, whatever the case, your adults that's watching, share this with your high school students. Please write it down, take pictures, screenshot, do what you need to do. Banks apply 50% of your student loan towards your overall debt. What that means is when you purchase a property, one thing in the beginning of the process is called debt to income ratio. So that determines how much you qualify for as far as your buying power to purchase your property. So if you went and got a student loan at, how old you graduate? When you go to 19? 18. So if at 18 you went and got, I don't know how much college, let's say $70,000 student loan to go to college. Once you graduate and it's time to purchase your property, or once you get older, they're going to apply 50% of that towards your overall debt. So before you get any credit cards, any other debt, when you go and apply to get pre-approved to purchase your first property, 50% of that student loan is going to be part of your debt. So your income is got to fight at least that. The ratio has to, right? So with that being said, please make calculated decisions. If you're choosing to go to college, and you're going to get the student loan, make sure it's a calculated decision. Now, college is not for everybody, but if you want to go to college, secondary education, of course, that's a blessing. You get college education, but make a calculated decision. If you can get a scholarship, great, wonderful. Financial aid, great, wonderful. If you're going to get a student loan, make sure it's a calculated decision. I was watching a podcast not too long ago, and he said, it makes no sense to go to college, get a student loan, get a degree in art, and you end up working at Art Van Furniture. Right? That was not a calculated decision, right? So make a calculated decision if you choose to go that route. So I'm not going to get too much into the real estate because we got Ricardo from Loan Depot, and he going to really, usually I do it, but because I got Loan Depot with me, I let him cover that. My mouse don't want to work today. Let's do this. Turn you off. These disruptors, they don't want to work today, but they're going to work for me. Okay. Once you graduate college, from a college graduates, and this is really what Disruptor is about, you can purchase your very first property right after you graduate. 3 things: job offer letter, your college transcript, and your why. If you, Ari, you can move over if you can. You good. And your why. What is your why? So some of you young people, you may have a parents or family that are business owners, and they could provide you with the job offer letter, whatever it takes. But so that means, culturally, historically, we think once we graduate college, then we either have to come back home to parents or we just go and get our own apartment. But no, we're going to disrupt those disruptors. No, you can buy the apartment building, and you don't need a bunch of employment history, taxes, whatever the case, just a job offer letter and a college transcript. And I know my parents is watching, y'all just get excited. Yeah, y'all should. They ain't got to come back home. They ain't got to come back home. I just made some parents empty nesters faster than they thought. Okay, let's do that. So like I said, I'm going to let Ricardo go over the details and the information as far as the home buying process and whatever the case. But while I'm here, I just want to encourage you. That's why I created the course. Be encouraged. Be encouraged, know who you are and know whose you are. Now I could sit here and we could talk about money and we could talk about interest rates and we could talk about down payment assistance and all that wonderful stuff. No, Ricardo gonna take care of that. But none of that matters if you're not working on yourself. We got to disrupt what's disrupting us on the inside. And everybody's saying life is lifing. Oh, it's lifing for everybody. Right now, if we all be honest, the economy is in an interesting time right now, and people struggling. It's a lot of stuff going on, and some people, I know some of y'all on here, y'all watching me. It's hard to get up in the morning. It's hard to get out to bed. It's hard to get out to bed for some of you. Some of you can't get to sleep for various reasons, whether it's income, whether it's your lifestyle, your environment, your children, your grandchildren. And a lot of times, all this wonderful information, a lot of times you just need encouragement, young and old. I did a presentation, I was in Arizona a month or two ago, and I was mentioning to them, I had a group of young people from all over, and I was sharing with them how statistics had how it was a high percentage of young people that's in college that struggle with depression, diagnosed or undiagnosed, as well as young people who have committed or attempted to commit suicide. See, we get too caught up. We talk about these great D1, D2, Ivy League, whatever the case, these wonderful colleges, these wonderful programs, and this get the degree, whatever the case. But we never really think about that when they leave your home and they go to this school, they go to this college, that you're going into a dorm that's a lot of times the size of a closet, and you expected to live there for 4 years. That can be very depressing, very depressing. And we don't acknowledge that, and we don't speak to that enough, that's a disruptor. And you wonder why when your kid come back home, it ain't how he was when they left, right? These are disruptors that we need to give attention to, speak to, encourage. And young people, if you watch it, I want y'all to be encouraged. I need you to know who you are. Right now, I got a script, but I feel I need to go from this. What's next? I'm gonna go off from this for 1 second, and we're gonna get back to that. We do all these wonderful, and I get to this. I need to go off script for a minute. We do all these real estate seminars, these home buying seminars, these conferences. We go and we pay all this money, and we go out of town, and we go to these big field houses, and we just go out, and we go buy new clothes. We have these networking events. We go to these restaurants, whatever the case, and and we get all this life-changing information. These people are charging money. They charging. I don't even want to repeat how much money they charging to give you this information. And one thing that amazes me, because I've been to a few of them, one thing that amazes me is no matter who they are, where it is, how big it is, what information is given, I don't hear enough encouragement and giving thanks to God. I don't understand. Somebody, if y'all hear me, y'all like this, let me know. Give me some likes, some love, make a comment. We get all these people. I'm a billionaire. I'm a multi-millionaire. This is my portfolio. I drive this car. I go to this island. I take this trip. Who you think made the island? Who you think gave you the money? Who you think gave you the business? Who you think gave you the idea? Who you think gave you the vision? Who do you think is covering your family back at home while you out here? And we don't give no credit and no effort. We give no thanks to him. We don't even want to call his name. If y'all don't like it, y'all can sign off now because his name is Jesus. And we don't give enough credit to him. He created all for us. He blesses us. I get back to that. I get stuck there. But that's the difference. That's the difference between disruptors and whatever program, whatever expo, whatever event that you went to and you paid your money. I'm giving you this for free. We have to give credit to God who gave us all, who keep our mind, who keep, who we pray to. Because it's one thing to say disruptors, but they're going to say, well, where do we start? Yeah, ask God for it. Ask God for leadership. I'll get back to that. I'm going to get stuck there. Have we ever thought about the fact that our children look to us to know what to do next? Young men are not buying because men are not here. I know y'all can't see who here, but It's not enough men here. It's only a couple men that's here. And we wonder why our young men are not owning and not buying property, because the fathers and the grown men are not here. They're not here, and they probably not streaming on watching. I was out in I was out in Tampa with State Senator NAPO. That's NAPO. Out there with NAPO, and we were out there in Tampa, and we were talking, and he said something that was simple but profound. It was, we had a basketball tournament, so a bunch of men was around, and he said, fellas, he said, boys, young men or boys, always want to be like their father. And I never, we never think about that. When you got one boy, 2, 3, 4 boys, boys want to be like their daddy. So do we live our life, are we making decisions as if we know that they want to be like us? My children, they in the real estate because that's all I talk, live, eat, sleep, and breathe. They want to be like their daddies, and you not here. And you wonder why where they at. Young people, choosing to invest in real estate instead of splurging on a car, jewelry, designer shoes. Y'all spend a lot of money on shoes now. It gives you a chance, home ownership at a young age gives you a chance to lead a movement. Instead of finishing school, contributing to someone else's wealth and legacy, you establish your own. Where the participation is versus where it should be. I guarantee you, we got young people, we got people all ages, y'all outside, y'all at the stove, y'all getting ready to barbecue and celebrate Memorial Day weekend. But I want to challenge you. How many of you all are making a decision and willing to accept and take the challenge that this be the last Memorial Day barbecue you have at somebody else's property? I just lost some people there. I want this to be the last barbecue that you have at somebody else's property. You said you want to be a homeowner. Well, then let this be the last one. The participation is not where it should be. If I ain't said it yet, I'm getting to it. I'm going to show you some examples at the end. I'm talking about young people under the age of 25. I got some 21-year-old landlords now. 25 and younger people, I'm teaching to get into ownership, get into whatever following their dream is, disrupting their progress, but if nothing else, get approved and get into ownership. This room should be full. The room should be full. The lives should be full. Whatever the case, if that's not important, I'm really confused. I have no clue what could possibly be that more important than your young people teaching ownership that you say they don't get in school. You invest thousands and thousands of dollars on such and such. They got a name, but he forgot to call his name. They go to his conference and his event, and I'm telling you how to get your son and your daughter out your house early into their own property, establish a business, and we ain't got time, the room ain't full, and I ain't attaching no big price tag to it. I'm giving it to you for free. So I'm confused as to where are the priorities. An entrepreneur, by definition, someone who organizes and operates a business, taking greater than normal financial risk. Told you I had a script, but I need to go away from that script. Where do you truly aspire to be in life? What have you always dreamt of accomplishing? Do we write this down? And when we write it down, do we save it? Do we take pictures? Do we put it in the Bible? Do we have a Bible? Do we have a Bible? Do we put it in the Bible? Do we pray over it? What are we doing with this? You cannot be wealthy without ownership. You can make some money. You can have a decent job. I don't know if y'all know, last time I checked, 100,000 ain't 100,000 no more. 100,000 job ain't nowhere near $100,000 no more. So, and not many companies are paying $400,000-500,000. So yeah, you can make some money. You can have a good job and be comfortable, but you cannot be wealthy without ownership. So this is why I'm stressing the importance to our young people of ownership. Not consumership. Did I just make up a word? But ownership. And you got to make it personal. You got to make it personal. Make owning your property, encouraging your young people, make it personal. Make it your responsibility. A lot of times I hear often, I said I was going to do this for myself. I hear people say all the time, you're 40, 50 years old, and now you say you're going back to school. And I say, well, why are you going back to school? I just want to do this for myself. Okay? Do this for yourself. If you don't do it for Calvin. Don't do it for nobody else. Take the responsibility. Make it your responsibility. Same way you make it a responsibility to feed yourself, clothe yourself, pay your bills, take care of your kids. If you make it your responsibility and make it personal for yourself, I guarantee you it'll happen. It's one thing to say something or make it appear a certain way, but if you actually make it personal and reach higher, I guarantee you'll get it. What are your goals? When the last time you set a goal? Are we too disrupted and got too thrown off our square that we don't even remember the last time we set a goal and kept inventory of it? Are we just surviving or are we living? Are we just surviving or are we living? Are we flourishing? Are we flourishing? I'm gonna go away from this again. I want to share this with y'all. Well, I'm encouraging y'all to change your mindset, change your thought process, change what's important to you, change what your priorities are. All of this and change who you give credit to. Give more acknowledgement to where it's due and who you should be giving. You shouldn't be giving all the credit, and I'm struggling not to say names, but my point is, you get the point. You get the point. All grace and honor is due to God. So I'm going to give y'all an assignment before I move on to trucking. Give y'all an assignment. Y'all read this on your way home or read it when you get home, because I know y'all going to be at church tomorrow. I said I know y'all going to be at church tomorrow. So y'all can check out this when you get to church tomorrow. But Matthew 25, it tell you a story about the men with the talents. It talks about how they gave one man, the master gave the man talent of 5, and they gave the other man 2 talents, and they gave the other man 1 talent. And the story, it was a parable, but it's so true and so prevalent, and I think it really connects to what I'm talking about today, because that's another disruptor. He gave the man 5 talents, and the man invested it and did what he's supposed to do with it. He gave the man two talents, same thing. But that one that he gave the 1 talent to, he hid it. He hid it because he wanted to break even. And y'all can read the story, like I said, when you get back home, find that Bible. Find the Bible, open it. Matthew 25. But the man they gave 1 went and buried the gift, because when the master came back, he just wanted to break even. Now, I don't know who this is for, but some of y'all just settling for your Monday through Friday 9 to 5. Even. $5 an offering every Sunday. If you go. Even. Making just enough to be able to keep getting link card. Even. Only time you pray is when you say your grace and your now I lay me's. That's breaking even. Waking up at 7:30, just enough time to get to work at 8. Even. Make just enough to get a tax return. Even. Only getting a cash job so you can have some child support. I lost a couple people there. You don't want a cash job because you don't want them to know because you have child support. That's breaking even. It's just like the man that took the talent and hid it to break even. Young people, I got something for y'all too. You only want to practice the day before the game. My basketball players and football players and cheerleaders. All these are different examples of what we do. I know what I'm talking about now. Somebody laugh because you know I know what I'm talking about. But we got to get away from that culture and that thought process of making decisions to break even. All those things I just mentioned are disruptors, and they are the main reason Well, we can't get into ownership and create legacy because we're making decisions just to break even. When God said he wants it all. He said he wants, the Bible says, now unto him that is able to do exceedingly and abundantly and all we can ask. So that means the same God that stopped that bullet from going through that headrest and whatever it is that you've been experiencing in your life, that same one that covered your mind and covered your heart and kept you safe and kept you when you was dealing with that grief or you were dealing with that disappointment or whatever it is that you was dealing with, he's able to give you all. It's not about coming to see me or April or coming to see Ricardo. We get to that. You know, a lot of times, you know, we go to different events and these seminars, and they say your very first step is to go to a lender, go to your bank and get pre-approved, or go find you a real estate broker and get, no. So Tad Realtor here, and Disruptor, we're going to show you something different. No, your first step is on your knees. Yeah. You got to pray to God. Pass your grace and your now I lay knees. You ask him first. This is, you know, the same way you get when you in the car and them lights flash behind you. Lord, this one last. Lord, please. You ain't talked to him in 6 years. You heard that, whoop, yeah. Lord, just give me one more time. That's where you stop at. Your first stop. Where we at? I'm sorry, I went off. I'm gonna get back. So, master the art of doing. Master the art of doing. This is another way to disrupt the disruptors. Do something. Just do something. You don't always have to have the answers. Nobody's perfect. I was very transparent with you. I'm not one of the people I feel like want you to think I always had it together. You know, I was silver spoon. I just had all the answers to everything. Right? No, I did something wrong last week. Right? Master the art of doing. Just do something. What I lose is college tuition. So this is what works for me. I'm just sharing with y'all. So I've done a lot of different things, tried different things. Like I said, I bought property. I'm an investor. I help people as a broker. I started a truck company. Bought a few trucks, hired a couple drivers, fired a couple drivers. Done a lot of things and just doing. A lot of the stuff I was doing while I was still working a 9 to 5. I was still working 9 to 5. So that's mastering the art of doing. Now, did I trip up some different places? Yeah. Did I lose some money? Yeah. But guess what? Because I didn't go to college and didn't had to give student loans, whatever, my thought process is whatever I lost along the way, that's college tuition. That's my college tuition. I didn't have to pay college tuition, so what I lost, that's because guess what? I learned something, right? What these old folks say, best lesson is a bought lesson. All right, so whatever money I lost along with college tuition, you cannot buy character, you can only build it. You're not going to always win all the time. You're going to take some bumps and bruises, you're going to take some losses, you're going to be under pressure. That builds character. I don't care who guru or what program you bought, you can buy the program, you can't buy character. You can only build it. And you're only going to build it by doing. You have loved ones, parents, and siblings depending on you. A few years ago when COVID first hit, I got it, and it was real bad. Probably the worst time I was sick in my entire life. And from one thing that I can remember, in addition to being very sick, was how many people were calling and texting. I couldn't talk, so they just sent text messages or whatever the case, just to check on me. Some people I ain't heard from, but you don't even think that they whatever the case. But no, they watching you. Hey, somebody go to my mama's house looking for me. Is he all right? You have people that are watching you, and they may be struggling with whatever they got going on in their lives. So they're depending on you to show them something different and to give them some encouragement or let them know that they can do something. So it's not just, for you to get to the next level, you have to take it, I said in the previous slide, as a responsibility. Wear it on your shoulders. Like some of the young people said, they wear their hood on their, just like you wearing your neighborhood on your, wear that responsibility on your shoulders. That somebody, loved ones, siblings are depending on you. Let me get back on track now. So, trucking. That's the other part of disruptors. Every young person does not go to college. College is not for everybody. So for you all that don't go to college, trucking is just another vehicle that you can use to purchase your very first property. Something to think about. The average national truck salary is $73,000 a year. The class only costs $4,000. Y'all do the math. $4,000 for a class, and the average salary is $73,000 per year. And where's the industry going? Because in order for you to get that McDonald's, that toilet tissue, water, whatever the case, a truck got to bring it. So where's the industry going? More than enough money to purchase your very first property. We just got to disrupt the disruptors. A couple examples. He's 21 now, but 20 years old. He got his CDL license when he was 18. College didn't work out. He didn't like it. Come on back home. Works for a trucking company, drives a truck. I'm not going to tell you how much he made last year. I'll let him tell you. But he bought his very first unit, a 4-unit, last year at 20 years old. That's unheard of. 20 years old, owning a 4-unit building just by following the blueprint. Just by praying, doing, because he got up every day, went to truck driving school and got his license. Went to submit an application with his license and got the job and go to work every day. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all thought this was rocket science or this was trigonometry or something. No. Anatomy. No. This is something simple. Make you wonder why nobody else teaching you. Makes you wonder, right? Disrupt the disruptors. CDL license, got a job, got a 4-unit building before he turned 21. Somebody ought to get excited about that. The other son, 23, bought a 2-unit building. He went to college. It's a different avenue. Went to college, got a degree, came back with his college transcript, pre-approval. Job offer letter, police officer, bought a 2-unit. In addition to their salary. Now, you guys can just imagine how much a truck driver and a police officer makes. So that's an additional to what they make. And what he do? The same thing we all do. We tell somebody, tell our best friend, tell whatever. Told his friend, 23 years old, 2-unit building. He was working for the post office, regular post office. Again, not rocket science. Follow the blueprint. What'd he do? Told his brother. Well, each one teach one, right? 25 years old, just bought a 2-unit. Simple. And we're not talking about a bunch of money. Again, this is not rocket science. This is just following the blueprint. Disrupting the disruptors of what you taught, what your culture is, what your environment is, what society say you're supposed to be doing. You got to disrupt all that, because this is what you're supposed to be doing. I don't know, we had number 4, number 5, and this is not everybody, under 25 years old that are landlords. I did not say a house yet. I said buildings. So that means they're landlords. "19 years old. He was working at Lowe's, found out about the program, took the program, started driving for the company, making $75 a year. He'll be purchasing his first property this year. Ain't planning on getting married. Changing lives, changed the trajectory of his entire family." I'm going to put a pin there. Because I got the mic, I guess. Some of y'all just need to get Junior out the basement. Uh-oh. Who is Junior? So I was at one of the properties, and a lady came to me, and she said, "Is there vacancy here?" I said, "Yeah, it's vacancy." And she was interested in it. I said, "Okay." She said, "Yeah, just me and my son. My credit not good, so just me and my son. We want to move in." I said, "Well, how old is your son?" He said, 29, 30. I think she said 29. I said, "Oh, okay, well, what's going on with him?" Because I got disrupted. She said, "Who, Bear?" Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Bear. Junior, Bear, whatever you call him. Get him out the basement. Get him out the video game room because he got to disrupt some disruptors. That's the purpose of this program. We're going to catch them young before they make the mistakes. A lot of us that we buying property, we got to go back and fix what we messed up. We got to go clean up. We got to go back and, because we done lived and we done made some mistakes and wrong turns because we just weren't taught this culturally. So we got to go back and fix it. But them Junior and them, TT and Fool and them, at the house, at the basement, you got to disrupt the disruptors. You already paying their car note. You paying their car note. You paying their heat. You buying groceries. You giving them an allowance. You giving them everything else. But but you ain't here learning how to disrupt the disruptors. That's a disruptor for you. So now the culture that we are doing, that's 2 disruptors. So now Junior ain't getting out and getting on his own because you enabling him. You ain't got no money to fix your credit to get yourself in position because you paying his car note. I'm sorry, I didn't. Y'all might want to sign off in a minute. And then this picture's young people, all these young people. I've been traveling and sharing information with them. This is my last slide. I've been up here long enough, y'all. Scan the QR code over there. That's how you can reach me. That's my digital business card. My number, email, the link to the course. So all information I spoke about today is in an online course. And I say, write this down. I'm giving it to a discount rate. The discount code is DISRUPT. So if you scan the QR code, it takes you to link to my course. And when I ask you for a coupon code, you put in DISRUPT. And it offers this course and this program to you for $25. Nowadays we go to my five guys, you spend $30 just for you. $25 to get this information, and you have my information to connect to me. So that's my time, y'all. Hope y'all got some out of it. Hope y'all been blessed. I am going to bring up now the CEO of TAD Realty and the founder. She's going to talk to you a little bit about home ownership, and TAD Realty is on the move. TAD Realty is hiring, and we're looking for new brokers, new motivated, ambitious brokers. So she's going to come and she's going to share with y'all. So Miss April Troop.
Hello everyone on this sunny Saturday afternoon. How you all doing? I hope you're doing really well. Kelvin is correct. We are hiring here for real estate brokers. We have an exciting team. We have loads of clients. I don't know what your managing broker is doing for you, but we're passing out clients around here like we pass out cards. So come on, give us a call. Ring the phone at 773-863-0704. or go to info@tadrealty.com and ask to join. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit today about purchasing property, the actual process of purchasing the property. We have basic buyer qualifications. Kelvin went through the different programs. There are grant programs available for you. There's a lot of different ways that you can get into a property. One of my favorite is the $1,000 down. So if you can come up with $1,000, you can get into a property. And the way that we work that program is the seller covers your cost, and what the seller doesn't cover, you can get in a grant. You need basic credit score, 580, and you can get into a property. If you're not quite at the 580 mark, we can work with you to help you get there. We've got credit counselors, And let's be real, guys. The only way to fix your credit, it's not by paying people to wipe things off of your credit temporarily. It's by paying your bills. But we show you how to do that. We've got budget counselors that will walk you through. If you're not ready today, you can go through the process. We'll show you how to set up your monthly budget. It's going to take a little sacrifice for you to get what you want, but you'll get there. And you'll get there quickly if you listen. So we have our buyer qualifications written on the board here. The basic thing is you're going to need a current photo ID. Even if you are a foreign national, you can still purchase a property with your current ID. You've got a copy of your actual Social Security card or the letter from the Social Security Board indicating that you have an actual Social Security number or your foreign national number. The next thing, you're going to need to show that you have income. So that's going to be 30 days of pay stubs or 2 to 12 months of bank statements, whichever way you receive your money. If you get your income on a card, then you'll use that card and do a printout so that you could show that information. Income is really easy to prove. It's just got to be a legal source of income. The next thing you're going to need is your income tax returns. You're going to need at least 2 years of income tax returns or 3 years if you're self-employed. You will need the 2 to 12 months of bank statements, as previously stated, or any financials that you have. So if you've got a 401k or other retirement income or retirement statements that you can use as an asset, you need to bring those in and they'll put that towards your assets. It's also a great source of income that you can use to qualify. You're going to need the most recent bills that you have. Anything that you're going to need for 10 months or more, if you're going to be making those payments, you need to bring those bills or at least have knowledge of what you owe. The last thing is a letter of explanation. You're going to have to write a letter to explain to the lender why they should loan you money if you've got some negative items reporting on your credit report for the last 24 months. Anything that you have. And don't be shy about it because we've been in this business a long time. Lenders have been doing this for a long time. And any story that you come up with is not something that they've never heard. So just be ready for that. Once you get all of this information together, you'll get what's called the pre-approval letter. That letter you will give to your broker, and that broker will then start taking you out to see properties. When selecting a broker, you want to make sure that you're looking for someone that you are compatible with. Your broker is going to be representing you at every turn. They're going to talk with your attorney, the seller's representatives, the inspectors, the appraisers, everybody within this transaction on your behalf. So you want to make sure that you are compatible with your broker. Another thing that your broker is going to do is they're going to advocate for you. That's the person that's going to look for the property that you say that you want. They're going to show you in areas that you say that you want to live in. And guys, I know we all want to live in a good neighborhood. Well, my good is not necessarily your good. So you're going to have to give me some details. You're going to have to give me some parameters. Tell me you want to live on the south side of Chicago or the north side of Chicago, from Polk Street to Ashland, wherever it is that you want to go. You have to give me those parameters so that I can take you where you want to go. You tell me how many bedrooms you like. We're going to make a nice list of what I dream of having, and then we'll whittle that down to what you can afford to have. We're going to talk to you about your future investments as well. If you want to buy a house today, how does that look if you decide next year you want to buy a building? We'll go through all of those steps to make sure that you are making a good purchase today. You make money in real estate by completing a great purchase. If you pay too much for your first investment, it kind of hinders you on your next investment. But always know that real estate appreciates in value and is always a good investment to make. If there are questions that your broker can't answer immediately, that broker will go out and get those answers for you, because we are not know-it-alls. I'm trying to say nice words, guys. So we're not know-it-alls. So if we don't know something, we will go and find that information. So I've been in the business 30 years, and this business changes on a daily basis. The laws change, the rules change, it all changes. So the biggest upheaval in real estate right now is the current market is changing. We're moving more into a buyer's market and a renter's market than we were before in a seller's market. So now you have more opportunity to negotiate your prices and things of that nature. We will advise you to purchase multi-unit buildings because the rental market is crazy right now. You can get awesome units that have been renovated and everything, but those units are going to cost you. You're going to pay the same money in rent that you would in a mortgage. So you want to make sure that you're looking to improve your life as opposed to just stay stagnant. Ricardo Wardlaw from the Loan Depot will come and talk to you a little later about what those numbers are doing and how you get into the grant programs and things of that nature. But I just want you to know that when you are looking for property and trying to set yourself up for generational wealth or legacy building, you have to make sure that you're making the right purchases at the right time. The earlier you start, the better. You can take your rental income. I've got a client that just closed on a property. She's making $700 a month. It's a single family rental. Her profit is $700. She's going to take that money and put it into a Roth IRA for her son. He's now 14, so that's going to be his part-time job. If she makes that deposit today and she continues to make that deposit until he turns 21, and then when she stops, he will have well over $1 million by the time he turns 40. So you have to just make strategic moves such as that. Real estate is one avenue that will get you to being a millionaire quicker than any other, unless you, of course, win the lottery. But we know that's not for everybody. So you just want to make sure that you get in while you can get in, when you can get in, and know that it's never too late to invest in real estate. Real estate is one of the most solid and successful avenues that you can take in order to improve your life. That is my time. Thank you very much. Ow. There you go, baby. It's all you.
I'm hopping in.
Yeah, but Kelvin got to introduce you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
All right, y'all. So that was Miss April Troop, CEO of Tad Realty. Gave y'all some nuggets, and she's been mentoring me since I've been in the industry. Can't say enough about her. But again, like I said, want to be respectful of you guys' time. Hope you guys got questions and what have you. If you're on YouTube, then you can put it in the chat box or whatever the case, and we can, April and I, Ricardo can answer. But Ricardo Wardlaw from Loan Depot, he's been in the industry 30 probably plus years.
Not plus.
We've done, oh man, I tell you what, between April and I, we've funded millions. I know that for a fact. We've funded millions to our clients just simply through this man, Ricardo here. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Loan Depot, Ricardo Wardlaw.
Yeah, baby, I'm with it. Hey, so my name is Ricardo Wardlaw. I'm the best loan officer in the nation. That's right, I said it. If I don't believe it, who's gonna believe it? I believe that. I've been told that. Actually, I've been in the top 1% of all loan officers in the whole country for the last 5 years straight, and we're gonna keep it moving like that. I'm also a military veteran, and I've been doing mortgages, putting people in their homes, AKA changing lives for the last going on almost 30 years. Almost 30, not over 30, almost 30 years. And I gotta tell you something, it never gets old. It never gets old. It never gets old. Changing lives never gets old, man. It just don't get old, because to see the smiles on these people's faces, to know that these kids, now the parents don't have to drive them 5 miles away from their home to let them go outside and play. Now they can go outside and play, not having to worry about ducking and dodging bullets. To see this, to know this, to have parents tell me this. I don't gotta take my kid out 5 miles out no more. He can play in the yard now. Now he can think about other things, right? Now he can think about chess or soccer or math or science. Because see, statistics show, they show, not me, statistics do, they show that kids that grow up in a house are more successful than those who don't. I didn't make that up. I couldn't make that up. You can look it up though if you don't believe me. And my goal, what I do, is what I'm doing right now. talking to people, talking to you. And I don't know who, you know who I am, I don't know who you are, but I'm talking to you. And I'm here to tell you, we didn't get no 40 acres and no doggone mule. We didn't get that. We didn't. And if you got it, I bring more mine because I ain't get that. But what we can do is we can own property. 95%, in my opinion, of the richest people to ever walk this earth have one thing in common. One. Real estate. Real estate. Why not be a part of that? Well, I'm going to tell you why some people don't. Some people say, well, I don't want that responsibility. I don't want to pay a mortgage. I don't want, you're paying a mortgage right now, just not yours. You're paying somebody like my mortgage, helping me make me rich. Let me pay off my cars and kids and college. That's what's happening. But you can do the same thing. You can do the exact same thing. Other people say, you know what? The rates are too high. I don't want to wait. The rates are, well, okay, I will agree with that, right? The rates are higher than they were 2-3 years ago. They are. It is what it is. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, you don't got to be a rocket science to know that. However, no matter how you slice it, cut it up, stir it up, spit it down, whatever you want to do with it, no matter what you do with it, I don't care what you do with it, it's still better to own than to rent. All day. All day. It's still better to own than to rent. It is. Why? Well, because when you own, you're building up equity. You're creating generational wealth. I'm going to go back to that in a second. But when you rent, and again, some people say, you know, the rates are high. And when you rent, you're paying 100% interest. 100% interest. So if we're talking about rates are high, let's talk about that 100% interest you're paying. Because that's what you're doing, 100%. Meaning, at the end of the year, you have literally nothing, not one dime, not one penny, nothing to show for that money you've been paying all year. That's the sad truth, but it's the truth. Nothing at all do you have to show. And listen to this. This is going to sound crazy, but this is the truth. If you took your money out of your wallet, out of your purse, out of your bank, whatever, and you set it in a pile right here, and we put some gasoline on it and burned it up, listen to this, you'll get more because you're going to get ash from that. Cold outside, hot outside, you put some ash on your face, maybe do some auto. Listen, you'll get more out of that ash than you'll ever get from renting. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to tell you is this. You could burn your money up, and at least you have something to show for it. You could put the ash in a box and tell everybody, I got my box, my ash. But when you rent, you can't even do that. You can't even do that. Now that sounds really crazy, but it's true. And I don't care who you are, you cannot deny that. You can't. It's impossible. But what you can do is you can own. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to let you know that you can own. Oh yeah, I want you to know you can own. All you need, believe it or not, is the will. If you have the will to want to own, these great people at Tab Realty and myself will put you into a home all day long and twice on Sunday. Now, what do you need to own a home besides the will? Well, not much. I can use all types of income. I can use your job income. I can use Social Security. I can use foster care. I can use VA benefits. I can use pension. I can use annuities. Anything I can show you're going to receive for at least 3 years, I can use to qualify you. Now, a couple of things I know. There's 3 reasons why most people don't buy, in my opinion. In my opinion. And I've done some research on this. 1 is credit. And I'm going to tell you right now, if your credit is not up to par, we're going to get it up to par. Now, you can buy as low as a 580 credit score. You can. But I want you to be at least 600. Why? Because I have a ridiculous program at 600. Oh, yeah. I got a ridiculous program. Listen to me. If you got a 600 credit score, I got a program where I can do no money down. No, excuse me. No money down. No money down. Listen to me. On a single family, 2 flat, 3 flat, or 4 flat. God dog it. Did you hear what I just said? I'm going to say it again because I know I know you don't think. Come on, man. I know you thought you heard something. I'm going to tell you again. Listen to me. With a 600 credit score, 600. And keep this in mind. You could have woke up today. Don't got much money in the bank. $1,500. And you can say, you know what? I heard the smartest people are the people who make money in their sleep. Listen to this. I make money in my sleep. I do. And you can too. And you could have thought about that this morning when you woke up with a 600 credit score and almost no money. Then you call somebody like Ricardo, right? And I hook you up with a no money down program where you could buy a single family, a 2 flat, a 3 flat, or a 4 flat. No money down. Now keep this in mind. The great people at TAD is going to work with that seller and have the seller pay some of those closing costs for you. Between that and my no money down, most of my clients nowadays are bringing very, very, very little to closing or getting cash back. The last person I closed the other day bought like $430 to closing, and it was like a $300 and some odd thousand building. Before that, the last 5 people got checks back, $1,500, $2,000 back at closing because of this program. It's ridiculous. So what I'm trying to tell you is, and that's generational wealth. You could have woke up today with nothing going on for yourself really with a 600 credit score and a little bit of money, and you could be starting because I can close these loans in like 16 days. That's right. So what I'm trying to tell you is, this is what, the 23rd or whatever it is, 24th? In the next 16 days, you could literally have a property. You can. It's all on you. And don't forget, the only thing that can stop you is you. Keep that in mind. Because when I say it's easy, it's that easy. It really is easy. And one thing I'm doing is I'm really focusing. I'm trying my best, not trying. I'm doing what I'm doing. I hate that word try. My mom always, she'll stop me if I say try. I ain't trying, I'm doing it. Right now what I'm doing is I'm changing the geographical status on home ownership. I'm putting more people that look like this in homes. I like putting everybody in homes. I do. However, I'm putting more of us in homes because only about 39.3% of brown people own homes. That's small. That's small. Very small. Versus 77% of others. That's a huge gap. So I'm trying to put more people that look like me into homes, and I'm also trying to, that's the word try, and I'm also doing, and I'm also putting and changing the average age of home ownership from say 38 down to like 23. Why am I doing that? I'm doing that because we don't know what we don't know. Now, what don't we know? Well, I don't know if you knew it, but we couldn't, when I say we, I mean brown people, couldn't if you wanted to, buy a home until the 1960s. The 1960s, man. That was like yesterday in the grand scheme of things. That's why most don't own now, is because we weren't owning then. We couldn't. Now, most college kids, when they graduate college, they do one or two things. Keep this in mind before I say this. We don't know what we don't know. And people who know, and people who don't. Now, let me go back to that. College students, when they graduate college, they typically do one or two things. Now, I can't see you nodding your head, but you're going to shake your head when I say this, up and down, right? They either, number one, graduate college and move back home with mom and dad. Or they, 2, go rent. Am I right or wrong? Yeah, I know I'm right. Yeah, I know I'm right. They either move back home with mom and dad, or they go rent. And you know why they do that, right? They do it because they don't know. Because if they knew, they wouldn't do either one of those things. If they knew that literally, so crazy, man. I wish I could, well, I was telling you, I wish I could just handcuff and make people listen for a minute. They don't know that literally all they need when they graduate on the Monday, right? All they literally need are their school transcripts and a job offer letter. That's it. Don't even need a pay stub. School transcripts, job offer letter, bam. And guess what? You might say, well, they ain't got no money. I'm going to say, well, who cares? I got a no down payment program. So what I'm telling you is a college student can literally, at the age of what time, when they graduate, 22 or whatever, they can come out of college, school transcripts, most of them have job offer letters before they graduate or soon after or a month or 6 months after. I don't care if it's that long after. I can still use it. They can literally get that doggone job offer letter and go get a freaking 4-unit building. And in most cases, we'll get money back at the doggone closing. Fresh out of college. And then guess what? That gal or guy was 22. A year and a half, 2 years later, they're smart with their money. Instead of blowing all their profits on the building they bought, they're saving it. Now they're buying another building. Dook. Now guess what? A year and a half later, because now it's only a year later, because now they got 2 buildings and they're saving that money. And now it don't take that long. So a year later, now they bought another building. And they're so smart, they're with it. They see it coming in, but they ain't blowing all their money. 6 months later, they're buying 2 more buildings. Now, I said the person was 22. At this point, the person's only like 26, 27, 28, with a freaking empire. Sitting up every month watching her sale. Ding, 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 ding. It's happening all the time. It's happening all the time. People are doing it. The people who know are doing it. The people who don't, that's what they're doing. They're renting. They're renting. So Johnny A, that's his name. Johnny A graduated because he didn't know. He wasn't on his YouTube. He wasn't listening. He wasn't in here with us. Johnny A, he graduated. He didn't want to move home with mom and dad because he wanted to be independent. So he decided to rent. And he's renting for $2,000 a month for 5 years. After 5 years, Johnny A has nothing except he can go back and see he spent $105,000. He gave that to somebody like me, because I'm also a professional landlord. Tenants are a dime a dozen. I'm going to tell you that. Take it, leave it, like it. I don't care what you say they are. But Johnny A just blew $105,000 over 5 years. Now, his boy, he didn't go to the spot that day. He came to the class, right? He heard some YouTube and all. And so he went, he was like, I ain't going to go home with mom and dad, and I ain't renting. I'm going to do that Cat McCall to say I'm going to own. And he been owning for the last 5 years, paying the same $2,000 a month. Now, you know what he has, right? He's got about $150,000 to $170,000 in equity. Money. He lost 105. He literally has about $150,000 to $170,000 that he can work with to buy another property, to pay off whatever, go on vacation, whatever, invest, whatever. The fact of the matter is, he's got something to show for that money. Now keep this in mind, what I told you before, when you rent, you might as well just burn your money up because you get more from the ashes. You can put them, keep yourself cool when it's hot out, but that's all you can, that's it. Rent nothing, own something. Now, that being said, Johnny B is with it. Johnny A is sick. And all it takes is a little bit of knowledge. Because guess what? If Johnny A had been on the YouTube channel and had listened and heard that, you think he would have rented still? Not unless he's a freaking fool. And quite honestly, I ain't mad at a fool. I'm like the young male Harriet Tubman. I'm going to keep on going back. She kept coming back. Even when she came back and they was like, no, I'm staying with Mass. I want to stay with Mass. And she, oh, all right, I'm going to help you out then. And she'd come back. And she came back, and she came back, and she came back. And she carried a big stick. No, I don't carry no big stick. But I'm going to keep on coming back. For you. The non-believers. The ones who wanted to continue to throw money away. I'm going to keep on coming back. I'm going to keep on talking about it. I'm going to keep on preaching about it. Because I know that at some point the light's going to come on. Because see, I talk to a lot of doggone people. A lot of people. And I see, and when I go to these high schools and talk to kids, I see light bulbs coming on, man. I see them, the smiles and how they think to themselves, damn, I can own. Doggone right you can own. Doggone right you can. Getting emotional, because it's an emotional thing for me. I'm about to shed some tears up here. I'm serious, because I change lives, man. That's what I do. I change lives. Because see, what you don't understand is that kid who now, I'm going back to what I was talking about earlier, who can now go outside and play, that kid was able to, that kid was able to think about other things. Chess, golf, science, math. He didn't have to worry about ducking and dodging bullets. And now, you fast forward, fast forward 30 years, and that kid who became a doctor, a heart surgeon, saved my mother's life. All because he was able to grow up in the house. You can own. No one can stop you but you. And I don't care if you had a bankruptcy. I don't care if you had a foreclosure. You can own. I can show you how. Tad Realty can show you how. Disruptors can show you how. Kevin Dunn can show you how. We'll show you. All you got to do is want to own. That's it, man. I'm here for you, Ricardo, a.k.a. the Hot Young Rhino. Shoot, I'm with it. Don't take my tears for no weakness either, because I ain't no punk. I don't care. I cry sometimes. But it's real. We change lives. And we're going to keep on changing lives. I ain't going to ever stop. Ever. I don't care. This is what I was meant to do. So, let's get it.
My man.
Appreciate you, baby.
Stay right, so stay with us. So I want to, we're going to wrap it up and give Chaz, anybody got any questions? But I want to show some real quick. How many, let's say, average, or just the ballpark, people that you have paying you rent? What's the ballpark?
I have several months. I have several million in property.
Yeah. So see, he talking money, values. So that go without saying. So you got value in ownership in addition to the residual income that we get every month. I have the same. So value, ownership, and residual income. So that's a lot of money and value and a lot of residual income just between two individuals.
And the good thing is this, we ain't trying to just keep it to ourselves. We can show you how to do it. I want to show you how to do it. The bad thing is it's tough. I'm gonna keep it real, man. It's tough. Whenever I do these types of things, I never see many men there, man, and that really disturbs me. I see a lot of women there, like all the time. It's always women there. Maybe one man, two men. I don't know what's going on with our men. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what we're doing. And I'm happy the women are there, but we also need to see some men doing this because, man, I don't know why. Do you know why?
No, I was telling them before you came, I had a conversation, and they said boys almost always want to be like their fathers.
Oh, I'm with it.
Simple but profound. Boys always want to be like they daddy.
Yeah.
So whatever that is, whatever your fathers out there, whatever it is you're doing, they're watching. They want to be you. They want to be with you. They want to be like you. Mm-hmm. And real quick to add on to what you were saying earlier about how important it is in life in general. So I've been doing this for, I said, about a year. Have different events, different seminars, different states and virtual. And I have bi-weekly Zoom calls I have with a group of young men. Now, one of the young guys that was that were connected and tapping in and asking questions and getting involved, short of it, he had accident. Now he's not here anymore. Mm-hmm. I think he was 21. He's not here anymore. So I'm saying this to say, we always think, unfortunately, that we got time. We always think that we got time. Or we'll figure that out later. Ownership is for when we get married and have kids and we're 40, 50 years old, or whatever the case. No, tomorrow is not promised to nobody. I don't care who you are, man, woman, boy, girl. Tomorrow is not promised. There's no guarantee you have time, and our young people are dependent on it. Your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, your little cousin. Their lives are dependent on it. Just like what he said. When you don't have to worry about that environment, or that toxic environment, or the dangers, or whatever the case that we have to deal with on a regular basis. When you own and get them into ownership, they're that much closer to get away from that and have the mental capacity and space to think of other things.
Not only that, but now you got generational wealth. The youngest person I ever put into a property was 19. A building was 19. The oldest person I ever put into a building was 93. 93. And you know why? It's because she understood, even though it was 93, she understood the importance of it. She passed away 6 months later, but she was able to leave something to her family. And now they all own property. It's just, I don't know, man, it's just crazy.
So I'm giving an opportunity here. Anybody have any questions? It doesn't matter. A lot of information was shared today. Any question? Go ahead.
I have a question. Go ahead. I'm looking for my grandson practically. He's 21. Your program, is it just for first-time home buyer?
No. However,
she's talking about the disruptors. We're gonna both answer. So, disruptors. So yes, if you give them the course, the information that's in the course is is FHA. So it just breaks down the FHA program, the 3.5%, like he said, 0% down. So for them, and what's in the extra my program is it's been curtailed for first-time home buyers. Now, you know, we got different programs in TAB Realty, and you can reach out to either one of us. We got other stuff for, you know, investors or whatever the case, but for someone of his age, and what I talk about for the most part is a first-time home buyer.
Well, the program with the no money down, that is not just for first-time home buyers. However, you cannot keep a home and buy it and use it. So if you had a home today, you could be selling it the same day you're going to buy your new house, and then you could use that program. But you can't physically be going to keep that home you have and go buy another property. So you get it? So as long as you won't have a property on the day of closing, then you don't. It's not for first-time home buyers. No, anybody can use it. So essentially, you know what you could be doing? You could be in your house right now. You can own. You can already own something. You can own right now. You can be in your house right now and say, you know what? I love my house. Don't you love my house?
My man.
But I think I want to upgrade to another house. And I don't have to have no money down. You can move out of that 2-bedroom and go buy a 3 or 4 or 5 bedroom, no money down. So,
And keep my same property?
no, you gotta get rid of that
I have to
property.
sell it.
Yep,
Can't
you're gonna be
rent it.
selling. Nope, you gotta sell that property and be getting that one. So, how I do it a lot of times is I'll have them sell their property in the morning and buy the new property in the afternoon.
So sell the property, get the big check profit from that,
And
and
then
then
profit.
use that,
Yeah.
some of it.
I will keep that because now I got them on no money down program.
That's right, yeah, too much.
You can keep all your profits.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
Okay, last one.
No, you got time. I made time today.
With my grandson, I was just also wondering, how would he get in contact, because he's not here. So, but how would I be able to get him to you?
We'll both share with you our information before we
Thank
leave.
you.
Absolutely.
He's interested.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yes,
You're
sir.
changing lives.
Your program is wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. I got to change lives. The lives depend on it.
You're doggone right.
Any other questions? Any other
Ricardo,
questions?
is your approvals state specific? So if I wanted to go to Indiana and you gave a pre-approval, would I have to specify that I want to look in Illinois and Indiana?
No,
or
you can go anywhere.
Okay.
Now, my no money down product,
Yeah.
I can't do in New York.
Okay. Thank
Because
you.
I think it's because of the co-op situation, I'm not really sure. But any place but New York, I can do the no money down product. But I can still lend in New York, just not no money down.
Okay. Thank you.
So I got young people in the program in different states. It doesn't matter for you.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm glad you asked that question, because there are going to be some people that are watching this. We watch it later, whatever the case, and you do not live in Chicago, Illinois. So Tad, I'm with Tad Realty, and we're licensed in Illinois and Georgia. So we have another real estate program we're connected to for investors. So we have investors and a lot of different connections in different states all over the world. We got connections in Virginia. I got a connection in North Carolina. We got clients Hawaii, Australia. I'm out there in Arizona now. So we have connections in business in various states. So if you're tuning in and you're watching this, you can still be part of the program. You can still get funded with Ricardo. And as far as, because we have so many connections, what we will do is we will refer you. Once you reach out to either one of us, we'll refer you to a broker that's in your state that we've connected to and we've vetted, and then we'll just connect you to that broker. So if we're not licensed in that particular state, then you reach out to us and we'll connect you to the person that we recommend you to work with for you to get your property in whatever state you are. So this is universal. This ain't just Illinois. If you don't work with me, you're going to work with who I connect you with, because we have partners in different states.
That's hot. That's super hot.
Well, anybody other questions? For my virtual, if you have any questions, you can put it on the YouTube or whatever it is you're watching, and then we can reference it later on, and then we can answer it and follow up. But that's our time. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hey y'all, we got Disruptors, me and Ricardo. Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right.